ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तो फैन बंद करो। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, the Samam Bonam, Chapter 54, the marriage of Krishna and Rukmini, verse number 46. 10.54.46. नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो वियोगश्च सतसति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दीर्घरूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो वियोगश्च सतसति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दीर्घरूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो वियोगश्च सतसति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दृग्रूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। आत्मनो अन्येन संयोगो गर्च सता सति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दृग्रूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो वियोगश्च सता सति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दृग्रूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो योगश्च सता सति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दीर्घरूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। माताजी। नात्मनो अन्येन संयोगो योगश्च सता सति तद्धेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेर् दृग्रूपाभ्यां यथा रवे। न not Atmana for the self, Anyena with anything else, Samyoga contact, Viyoga separation, Cha and Asata with that which is insubstantial. Sati, O discriminating one, tat from it, the self, hetu tvat, because of originating, tat by it, the self, prasiddhe, because of being revealed, drik, with the sense of vision, rupabhyam, and visible form, yatha, as, rave, for the sun. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O intelligent lady, the soul never undergoes contact with or separation from insubstantial material objects because the soul is their very origin and illuminator. Thus, the soul resembles the sun, which neither comes in contact with nor separates from the sense of sight and what is seen. Purport. As explained in the previous text, the conditioned soul ignorantly assumes himself to be the material body and thus rotates in the cycle of birth and death. In fact, matter and spirit are co-energies of the original source of everything, the Supreme Lord, who is the Absolute Truth. As Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad-gita 7.5, Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. The material world is sustained by the living being's desire to exploit it. The material world is like a prison. Criminals are determined to commit crimes, and thus the government finds it necessary to maintain a prison system. Similarly, the Supreme Lord maintains the material universes because the conditioned souls are determined to rebel against Him and try to enjoy without His loving cooperation. Thus, here the phrase Tat Dhetutvat is used to describe the soul, meaning that the soul is the cause of matter assembling itself into a material body. The term Tat Prasidhe indicates that the soul is the cause of the bodies being perceived, and the same term also indicates that this fact is well known to the enlightened. Besides its given meaning, the word Atmana in these words may indicate the Supreme Soul, in which case the term Tat Hetutvat indicates that Lord Krishna expands his personal potency and thus manifests the material universe. Since the Lord exists eternally in his pure spiritual body, he never becomes material as indicated here. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षु उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 54, verse number 46, translation. O intelligent lady, the soul never undergoes contact with or separation from insubstantial material objects, because the soul is their very origin and illuminator. Thus the soul resembles the sun, which neither comes in contact with nor separates from the sense of sight and what is seen. Hare Krishna. So we continue to discuss this pastime wherein Mother Rukmini, her marriage is fixed with Shishupal by her elder brother Rukmi against the wishes of other family members, including the parents as well as Rukmini Devi. So rather than be silent, Rukmini Devi writes a secret letter to Krishna and sends to Dwaraka, praying to Krishna to come and kidnap me and marry me. So responding to the love of Mother Rukmini Devi, Krishna kidnaps her on the day of her marriage with Shishupal. And as Krishna takes her away on his chariot, there is an army of Jarasandha, Shishupal, Damghosh, who attack Krishna. But Lord Balram with his army, Dwaraka army, he comes and defeats the army of opposing party. Meanwhile, Rukmi, who is a demon, Asura, instead of being happy that Krishna kidnapped Rukmini Devi, he took his army and attacked Krishna. And he wanted to kill Krishna. So when he challenged Krishna as usual, Krishna was victorious. And Rukmi's army was finished. Rukmi's weapons were finished. And Krishna caught hold of Rukmi and he was about to kill Rukmi. At that time, Rukmini Devi, she came running with tears in her eyes, caught hold of lotus feet of Dwarkadish Krishna and said, "My dear Lord, please don't kill my brother. Please don't kill. You are transcendental to this material existence. For you, there is no friend and no enemy. You are not partial to anybody. Please spare my brother, don't kill him." So Rukmini Devi appeared to have an affection for her brother who is against Krishna, whom she has surrendered. So this doesn't seem to be how a devotee should behave. She is a great devotee. So it is explained that her affection for Rukmi was just customary, was not real. She would have been happy if Rukmi is killed, one enemy of Krishna is killed. And more happy that if Krishna kills my brother, who is a demon, he will get liberated. He'll be free from his offenses. He'll be free from freedom of continuing to do offenses. So her request to Krishna not to kill Rukmi is because she didn't wanted to spoil her marriage anniversary. Every year marriage anniversary, on the same day brother is killed, how will she have feast? Said, "My dear Krishna, don't kill." Customary. Otherwise the whole world will say, what kind of sister is this? On the day of her marriage, her husband killed her brother. She didn't even oblige to request her husband not to kill. So what will the world say and what will the world think? So she approached Krishna. Being compassionate, Krishna did not kill Rukmi, but he disfigured him by shaving his head here and there. Not complete shaved. That's beautiful. Shaving in such a way, leaving few pieces. Shaving his mustache in such a way, leaving few pieces. Would you prefer that? You cannot show your face. Few pieces. And suddenly hair cannot grow in one day. So for few days it will be like this. Imagine 5-6 shikhas. So that was worse than death for a Kshatriya. Dishonor. And Krishna tied him with ropes. In fact, Krishna tied him with a cloth in his neck. That is how you treat animals, by tying a rope on the neck and pulling. Like they tie dogs with a engagement ring. No, with a rope on the neck. So at that time, Balram appeared on the scene. He saw a new Dulhan crying, Rukmini Devi, beautiful princess, young girl, dressed for her marriage, at the feet of Dwarkadish crying, and Dulha with the sword, Dwarkadish, the groom, and the brother disfigured. So to pacify Rukmini Devi, Balram kind of chastised Krishna. Said, Krishna, what kind of behavior is this? Whatever it may be, finally he is your Sala. Finally he is your brother-in-law. Suhart. See, Balram uses the word Suhart. Well-wisher. Rukmi was 100% not a well-wisher. But this is how gentleman sees others. Said, finally he is our well-wisher. So then Balram spoke to Rukmini Devi to pacify her. So the reason he chastised Krishna was to pacify the emotional disturbance Rukmini Devi had. But after that, which we are reading now, he provided transcendental knowledge, spiritual knowledge, Divya Gyan to Rukmini Devi to be free from this disturbance. And that is the most important way to free our mind from sukha and dukkha, from any dualities, happiness and distress, profit and loss, honor and dishonor, praise and chastisement, or to help anybody. Initially, we do care for others' emotions and feelings. But the real care of somebody's emotional disturbances is with transcendental knowledge. Without knowledge, offering condolence is like somebody is crying. Okay, don't worry, I will cry with you, we'll cry together. That is not a sadhu. Somebody is in a well, trapped because he fall in the well and he cannot come out and he's crying and you come there. What do? Hare, alone you are crying? I will also jump. Let's cry both together. That's not preaching. That we both cry together. Hum aapke saath hai. No, preaching is giving them a rope of transcendental knowledge and encouraging them to catch the rope and taking them out of the well of distress, out of the well of unhappiness, out of the well of illusion, out of the well of ignorance, out of the well of material existence. Not to sit and cry with them. That is what ordinary people do. Some death happens in the family, hundreds of relatives come and okay, we will cry together. The sadhu goes and also cries with them. No, he gives a class that we are not this body. We are souls. And soul doesn't die. Just changes the body as we change garments. That's transcendental knowledge. So Lord Balram, in order to pacify Mother Rukmini, he is speaking this transcendental knowledge. Just initial care of emotions and sentiments is like putting air on a boil. If a child has boil on the body and it's painful and he goes to the mother, what does mother do? Poo poo. She puts blows some air. And when she blows air on the surface of the boil, the child feels relief. Very nice, thanda, thanda, cool, cool. But after a few seconds, the pain continues. That is not the cure. That is just temporary relief, which has no value, no permanent value. The actual cure is taking a knife heat it and burn the boil or remove the boil and or operate and remove the seed of the pus and infection, and that is going to be painful and blood is going to come out, but that operation is required to cure the boil, otherwise it will become more dangerous and poisonous. So a sadhu, he uses the knife of transcendental knowledge and he operates with sharp words. And during the process of cure, there is pain, there is loss of blood because the bubble of illusion is exploded. But that is the only way to cure. The reason we have pain or emotional disturbances is not because of people around us or because of circumstances happening with us. It is because of our attachments. Because of attachments, there is pain and pleasure. Now, in the parking, say there are 50 cars of visitors, and one car, there's a damage, somebody throws a stone, and we do an announcement here, car number so and so is damaged. How many of you will get affected? Only the owner, my car, others, oh no problem. So the pain is not because of car, but the pain is because of my car, attachment. So all disturbances are because of these attachments. And the soul has nothing to do with this material existence. But we are so attached that we can't think of getting free from material existence, getting free from this body and wealth and property and family and status, prestige, name, fame, which have actual no value. It is described each conditioned soul has 5 attachments which one should come out of. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he tells a nice story of a marriage party having to do a journey for the marriage across a river. So they sit in a boat in the evening time. And they tell the boatman, tomorrow early morning is the muhurta. So you take us across the river overnight. And don't sleep. Keep rowing. He said, okay, sir. Whole marriage party sits in the boat and sleeps. The passenger can sleep. And the boatman keeps rowing. Morning time when the sun is rising, they all wake up. They see they are at the same place they started. So they are upset. Said, boatman, we told you, don't sleep. But you slept. See, the boat is at the same place. Now is our muhurta. The boatman says, sir, I didn't sleep. I rode whole night. My hands are paining. Then how come we are at the same place? Because he forgot to untie the rope. The rope which is tied at the shore of the bank. Shore of the river, bank of the river. So that boat is attached to the bank with a rope. If you don't untie the rope and row the boat, you will not move. So in the same way, we have 5 ropes, 5 attachments. If we don't cut, we will not move forward in spiritual life. We will be at the same place where we started. What are those 5 attachments? First, attachment to body and objects related to body. A conditioned soul is so attached to the body, he thinks, I am this body, I am boy, I am girl, I am husband, I am wife, I am father, I am mother, I am son, I am daughter, I am brother, I am sister, I am engineer, I am manager, I am doctor, I am lawyer. This is all false identity. Each one of us is individual soul, part and parcel of Krishna, servant of Krishna, with a false attachment, false identity. So attachment to body and objects related to body, my house, my clothes, my room, my flat, my this, my that, my car, my mobile. Second is attachment to people related to the body, relatives. Again, my father, my mother, my family, my friend, my neighbor. Third is attachment to land of birth. मेरा भारत महान, my country, my nation, my village, place of birth. Fourth is attachment to science. Science. So whatever scientists say, yes, must be right. How can it be wrong? And fifth is attachment to religion. Hindu dharma, Sikh dharma, Christian dharma, Muslim dharma, Swadharma, my dharma, your dharma. These are 5 attachments. Attachment to body and objects related to the body, first. Second, attachment to people related to the body. Third, land of birth. Fourth, science. Fifth, religion. 5 ropes, 5 formidable, strong ropes. How can we move forward? So a spiritual practitioner has to cut these 5 ropes. Then only he can move forward. So all of us after class, we go to market, purchase a sword and cut this. Not with ordinary sword. This has to be cut with sword of knowledge. It's available in our bookstall. Sword of knowledge. But just sword which is not sharp will not be effective. So not only you need sword, you need sharp sword. So the sword of knowledge becomes sharp by service. If we have knowledge, only acquiring knowledge like academic practitioners, they acquire knowledge and do PhDs. But if we don't do service to Krishna, that sword will not be effective. So with knowledge, we also should have service. Then the sword is sharp. And with a sharp sword, we can cut these attachments. But to cut, you require some muscles also. Your arm should have some strength. Otherwise, you have a nice sword, sharp sword. But how will you cut if your arm doesn't have strength? And that muscles is devotee association. We can't practice alone. We can't cut our attachments alone. Bharat Maharaj was alone. He had knowledge. And he was doing sadhana. He was doing service. He was on bhava platform. But when there is association, we get strength to cut our attachments. So knowledge, hearing, reading, service, whatever we obey our spiritual master and authorities, and association. To have good friendly atmosphere among us ourselves. Then these attachments can be cut. and the soul gets liberated from everything assembled together because of the presence of the soul, but nothing to do with the soul. This material body is standing here together, assembled earth, water, fire, air, ether. Why? Because of the presence of the soul. If the soul is not there, this body will disintegrate. All the elements will separate. Now they are combined. So the combination, the assembly of material objects is because of the presence of the soul. And the separation is because of the absence of the soul. So because of the soul, there is assembly, integration and disintegration, separation. But the soul has nothing to do with both. Soul has nothing to do with both. Today I am in this body, so there is some family got assembled, centered around this soul, my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my wife, my children. When I leave the body, all this will be there, but I have nothing to do with this. I am in a new family, new father, new brother, new mother, new family member. So the soul has nothing to do with all these things. That's why it's called insubstantial, no value. Something which is of no value, you give more value, that's called foolishness. That's called illusion, that which is not. Maya. Something which is of no value is not to be given more value, is not to be given great important value. That's illusion. That's unwanted attachment. Whatever gets assembled because of our existence is of no value. But because we give so much value, we are always disturbed. For example, early morning we sit for chanting, 16 rounds. Somebody sits on chair, somebody sits on asan. So I sit on an asan at a particular location. So the asan and the location I have assembled for my chanting. And somebody else comes and takes that same location or same asan and I get disturbed. So that's illusion. That's foolishness. The goal of the day or the life is to chant. But if I am attached to my asan and my location and my chair and I fight for it, then I lost the goal. The purpose of asana is japa. And japa can be done in another asana also, another chair also, another location also. But if I have a distress because of somebody occupying that asana or that chair, so that distress is my foolishness. So whatever is assembled, we have nothing to do with it. And whatever gets separated, we have nothing to do with it. So Balramji is explaining to Rukmini Devi that is Rukmi is assembled. Family members are assembled and they get separated by death. By our birth they are assembled and by their death or our death they are separated. We should not be bothered. This material body, the soul has nothing to do with it. On the conditional platform, this material body is useful to practice bhakti so that we exit this material body. Just like if you are walking barefoot on a jungle path, forest path, some thorn may prick your foot and it will give pain. How will you remove the thorn? You will take another thorn. And with the help of second thorn, you will remove the first thorn. After that, you throw both the thorns. After that, you don't foolishly think, first thorn, very bad, gave me pain, throw it. Second thorn, very good, remove the first thorn, keep it in the pocket. Ah, good boy. No, both thorns are to be thrown. The second thorn was useful to remove the first thorn. But finally, both have to be thrown. So, this material body is useful so that we can throw this body. It is useful so that we can go back to Krishna. But if we get attached to this body and assembly, then we will not go to Krishna. Same body which is useful will become source of distress. If I am climbing stairs, the first step helps me to go to second step. So first step is good. Why? Because it helps me go to second step. Second step is good. Why? Because it helps me go to the third step. But if I go to first step and say my step and I get attached and get glued, then that attachment to first step is a reason I cannot go to second step, third step, and I cannot grow. The very first step which helps me to grow to second and third step, if I am attached to that step, I will not grow. I will become stagnant. I will remain on the first step. And when we become stagnant, like stagnant water, all dirt accumulates, all anarthas accumulate. And to protect that attachment, I will have to use passion and ignorance. To protect my attachment, nobody should take it. And then there is no spiritual advancement. So attachment to material body is no. Care of material body, yes, as a tool. Tool to exit this material existence. Tool to exit this cycle of birth and death. So Balramji gives example of sun. Because of the sun, I am seeing this fan. My vision is because of the sun, and the visibility of fan is also because the sunlight is on the fan. If sunlight is on me but not on the fan, can I see the fan? No. So because of the sun I am seeing the fan, and because of the sun, fan is visible to me. My seeing power and the visibility of object is both because of the sun. But sun has nothing to do with both. Sun is neutral. In the same way, because of the soul, there is body and there is assembly, material objects. But the soul has nothing to do with both. That example is given. Lord Balram is explaining that even if Rukmini Devi has affection for brother, this knowledge will work that there is no family, there is no family member, it is all material affection and attachment. And even if Rukmini Devi is thinking that what will world think of me if I don't protect my brother, if I remain silent and be an observer, a witness to my husband killing my brother, then also this knowledge will work that you have nothing to do with this world. You have nothing to do with this material existence. Our goal or our job in this world is to quit this world. By any action, if I get further entangled in this world, then that's not proper action. If I am in a prison and by my any action, the number of days I am supposed to be in the prison increases, gets extended, then that's not a right action. I should behave in the prison in such a way that my existence in the prison should be minimum as stipulated, not break a rule and extend my prison duration. So, by staying in this world, I should act in such a way that I don't get further entangled. Karma bandhan. I should not act in such a way out of passion and ignorance, out of lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, that my stay is increased. But I should practice bhakti so that I get free, I get liberated. That is transcendental knowledge. This world is a prison for those who don't cooperate with service of Krishna. As soon as we start serving Krishna, very easily we can come out of this prison. When Krishna Balram with their friends went to Mathura, Krishna saw Kubja. Kubja was not very attractive lady. And she used to walk bent at neck, back and waist, hunchback. And she was carrying sandalwood, chandan, walking very slow. And Krishna saw her. And just to make his friends laugh, Krishna said, "Oh beauty queen, hey Sundari, who are you? And where are you going? And for whom are you carrying this sandalwood? If you give me, it will be so nice." Kubja saw, who is calling me Sundari? Nobody dared to do that till now. She turned and saw Krishna, Shyam Sundar, Rasbihari, so beautiful black boy. She got attracted, captivated. She said, "Shyam, I am Kubja. I am maidservant of Kans. And every day I'd give him fresh chandan. And he is very happy with my service. And I am very happy with the salary, job satisfaction. But you are so handsome. After seeing you, I have realized I should offer this chandan to you and not to Kans." Krishna's beauty is an impetus to love him, to serve him. And Kubja served Krishna not because she had knowledge that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and I should serve him. Not because she was in distress or she wanted money or she was curious. Nothing like that. She just got captivated by Krishna's beauty. And she applied yellow chandan to Krishna's body, blue chandan to Balram's body. Both the brothers are more beautiful. So Krishna was very pleased. Just by seeing Krishna's beauty, Kubja got motivated to serve Krishna. On the road, first time meeting, love at first sight. As soon as she came in contact with Krishna, she was in Kamsa's service, that's government job, Sarkari Nokri, that to direct king's royal service. On the spot she left government job and joined ISKCON, joined Krishna. And who was Krishna? According to Kams, terrorist. In Kams' list, Krishna was terrorist. Kams wanted to kill Krishna. Krishna was criminal in his list. But she served Krishna. Krishna wanted to do something for Kubja, being pleased. He said, I should give something in return. So Krishna kept his feet on Kubja's feet and with his fingers below her chin, he just pulled little bit. She became straight and she became very beautiful. And by touch of Krishna's finger, she got Krishna prey. So by serving Krishna, she was a loser? No, she gained beauty. She got rid of her deformity. She got love for Krishna. She got liberated just by giving little chandan to Krishna. And now she wanted to serve Krishna more. So she told Krishna, come to my house. I'll make nice feast. Krishna said, no, not now. She said, no, come now. And she was so eager, she caught hold of Krishna's dhoti and started pulling that come to my house now. Right on the road. A young girl pulling Krishna's dhoti in front of elder brother Balram and all the citizens of Mathura, public and his friends. Everybody is laughing and Krishna is feeling embarrassed. Bada bhai hai na? So somehow Krishna convinced her, I will come later. बाद में आता हूँ. I have to go. So by serving Krishna, she got Krishna prem. That's the goal of life. All her attachments are gone. So by performing even little service to Krishna, we get lots of benefit. So this is the process of bhakti, sadhana bhakti, especially chanting and hearing and doing our services. By chanting and hearing, we get purified. And by doing service using our body, intelligence, mind, senses, skills, talents, we are doing complete surrender to Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON has made this arrangement. Just like train runs on two tracks, our bhakti train runs on two tracks, sadhana and seva. Early morning we do our sadhana, Mangala arati, Narsing arati, Tulsi arati, chanting, Sringar arati, Guru Puja, class, reading. And daytime we do our service. It may be book distribution, it may be prasadam distribution, it may be life membership, it may be accounts department, it may be deity worship, it may be management, it may be cleaning, and so many other services. And in that way we progress in devotional service. Knowing well that all our attachments are unnecessary and we need to cut them, come out of them. And our process is to get attached to Krishna first. Then these attachments will go away. So, and we get attached to Krishna by following sadhana. By following sadhana bhakti, especially chanting, hearing, reading Bhagavatam. The more we chant, the more we hear, the more we read, the more we take darshan, the more we participate in temple programs, the more we get attached to Krishna. And the more we get attached to Krishna, the more we get detached to material objects, material manifestations, material life, material ambitions, material desires. And that's progressive life, to get more and more attached to Krishna by more and more chanting, hearing and performing our sadhana bhakti. What we should do, we are doing, and we should have great hope that even our insignificant service, Krishna accepts and mercifully rewards us with his loving devotional service. We'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So on behalf of devotees of Radharasbihari Mandir, I'd like to welcome His Holiness Kavichandra Swami Maharaj.
Hare.
Maharaj wants to add something? Okay. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You are speaking about that asakti. In this regard, the question arises that even though Krishna is present in our heart, why we cannot see him? Then the answer is given by demigods that in third canto, fifth chapter, that tasyanubandhe असत गेह देहे ममाहम इति ऊढ़ दुराग्रहम purusham pasato suduram iti pure. So he's saying that even though Krishna is present in our heart, we cannot see him immediately because we have attachment mama and aham, means I and mine. So Prabhupada writes in second canto, 9th chapter, that these are our enemies, aham and mama. And then out of that, aham is more dangerous because people, all these Mayavadis, they think that I am God and all that. So Krishna says in Mahabharata that two words causes death to us. Then 3 words gives us liberation. Then he was telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj, what are those words? Mama causes death. Then na mama causes liberation. So this asakti, like rightly you are saying, that actually it is very difficult to give up. Only by Krishna Anugraha, when Krishna cuts that attachment, that is why Kunti Maharani is praying, please cut that attachment. A small correction regarding Kubja, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti says that she didn't develop love for Krishna, she developed only material lust for Krishna. So she is not an ideal example for us.
Okay, thank you.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुंदर कक्षा देने के लिए। प्रभु जी मेरा एक प्रश्न था कि जैसे रुक्मिणी महारानी जब भगवान श्री कृष्ण उनके भाई को मारने जा रहे थे तो वो मन में चिंता कर रही थी कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। क्या हमें चिंता करना चाहिए कि लोग क्या कहेंगे?
अगर हमारी सेवा या हम इस्कॉन या गुरु महाराज के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं, श्री प्रभुपाद जी के प्रतिनिधि हैं, उनका नाम खराब हो रहा है तो चिंता करना चाहिए। उनका नाम हमें खराब नहीं करना चाहिए। तो अगर कोई भक्त रोड पे बैठ के कोल्ड ड्रिंक पी रहा है तो लोग ये नहीं बोलेंगे ये भक्त ठीक नहीं है, बोलेंगे इस्कॉन के भक्त ठीक नहीं है। तो नाम उसका खराब नहीं होगा, उसका शक्ल कोई याद नहीं रखेगा, इस्कॉन का नाम खराब होगा। तो हमें अपने गुरुजन का नाम खराब नहीं करना चाहिए, तो वो चिंता होना चाहिए। लेकिन अगर हम धर्म का कार्य कर रहे हैं, प्रभुपाद जी का सेवा कर रहे हैं, सही कर रहे हैं, उसमें लोग सोच रहे हैं हमारे बारे में गलत तरीके से, वो हमें चिंता नहीं करना चाहिए। तो ये थोड़ा सेंसिटिव मैटर है, मैच्योरली सोच के निर्णय लेना चाहिए कैसा व्यवहार करना है।
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। और एक प्रश्न था कि जैसे अपने लिए लड़ना ये कितना सही है? क्योंकि जैसे हम महाभारत में देखते हैं कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण उनके राज्य के लिए बोल रहे हैं, दुर्योधन को मना रहे हैं और फिर भी दुर्योधन मना कर रहा है। ये तो भूमि के लिए ये ठीक है, हम जानते हैं कि धर्म के लिए युद्ध हुआ है, लेकिन साथ ही प्रभु जी अपनी प्रॉपर्टी के लिए अगर कोई लड़ता है ये सही है या नहीं? क्योंकि हमने देखा इस्कॉन के इतिहास में भी जो राधा रासबिहारी मंदिर, यहाँ पर भी फाइट हुआ था एक लिए कि मंदिर को लेकर के। तो इसके बिहाफ में क्या बोलेंगे प्रभु जी?
तो ये दोनों कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते। अपने लिए लड़ना और मंदिर के लिए प्रभुपाद जी लड़े, ये दोनों अलग विषय है। भगवान के स्थान के लिए एक भक्त लड़ते हैं, वो सही है। प्रभुपाद जी खुद कहे कि मैं तो पेड़ के नीचे बैठ जाऊंगा, मुझे नहीं चाहिए जमीन और महल, लेकिन आप लोग नहीं आएंगे तो आप लोगों के लिए बनाया, भगवान के लिए बनाया। तो एक भक्त विनम्र होता है, वो अपने अधिकारों के बारे में नहीं सोचता है, लेकिन वो विनम्र सेवक होता है और कृष्ण के सेवा और सुविधा के बारे में जरूर सोचता है। तो कृष्ण के लिए वो होना चाहिए। अपने लिए कर रहे हैं तो इसका एक उत्तर नहीं है, ये उसके ऊपर डिपेंड है कि हमारे भक्ति का स्तर कैसा है। अगर खाना नहीं मिल रहा है और लड़ना पड़ रहा है तो अलग बात है, तो उसके बिना हम शरीर चालू नहीं कर पाएंगे भक्ति के लिए, वो अलग बात है। लेकिन इन जनरल भक्त को लड़ाई पसंद नहीं है, उसको शांति पसंद है। लड़कर जो हासिल होगा और शांत रहकर जो हासिल होगा उसमें ज्यादा फायदा किसका है वो देखना चाहिए। अगर शांत रहकर ज्यादा महंगी चीज मिल रही है तो शांति रखना चाहिए, अगर लड़कर ज्यादा महंगी चीज मिल रहा है तो लड़ना चाहिए। और बिलीव में शांति सबसे महंगी है, तो हमें जितना हो सके मन में शांति बना के रखना चाहिए।
धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण। एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? ठीक है, धन्यवाद। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्णा।